Hello again, day 2 in Pyeongtaek in Korea for these 2022 World Powerlifting Asia Oceania Open Championships. 3 excellent competitions yesterday, and we've got 4 today. 2 men's, 2 women's, just around 200 athletes here. We'll be kicking off in the next 15 minutes with the women's up to 50 kg final. 12:40 the men's 54 kg, the women's 55 kilo decider. So in around 4.5 hours time we wrap up with the men's 59 kg decider. We've got 8 ready for this women's 50 kilo final. And it's all happening here. We've got 3 from Kazakhstan, which has now been reduced to 2 because Kabira Askarova hasn't come over. Nara Ankanova and Fariza Tolzan for Kazakhstan. Thilin Puandang from Vietnam is battling with Wei Yi of China. The heaviest attempts in this opening round, and 2 competitions are traditional top weight, but also now the total aggregate weight as well. Esther Yem of Nigeria with our world record of 131 kg. We'll keep an eye out for the Asia records as well in this. There it is. Wei Yi will be our heaviest attempter in this opening round. Just the one group. Not quite sure why Kabira Askarova isn't competing. So it ends the possibility of potential Kazakh clean sweep. And in terms of the total, we'll come back with that in a moment. Here are referees: Fatih Nashahab of Libya, Noor Mat Shah of Malaysia, and Haroldo Sakamoto. And here's our jury. Athletes in the tunnel ready to emerge and to be introduced to the crowd, which is building. 7 starters we have now for this Asia Oceania title, and 4 sets of medals, 2 regional for the continental honours and 2 open as well, as we could have representatives from every continent here, and the traditional best lift, which remains our champion, and then the total aggregate as well. Chance to see who's in a good mood coming into this. Akiko Nakajima of Japan will get us underway with an attempt to 52 alongside her. Anara Akanov of Kazakhstan, Shin Yun-ki of Korea, Farisa Tolzan of Kazakhstan, then Kamalpan Karatpet of Thailand, Dang Thi Lin Puong of Vietnam, and Wei Yi of China, going for the heaviest attempt in the opening round, which will match a lifetime best actually, as it stands. Can't beat a bit of ambition. Lot to enthuse about yesterday, plus the added variety that's now introduced with the aggregate scoring. So if you get all 3 of your lifts in, you've got a great chance of getting into the medals there. Go Ling Ling with 2 new world records in the women's 41 kg decider, finished with on 111. Her old world record was 109.5, lifted 110 and 111 to win the women's 41 kg crown yesterday. Quijay taking the women's 45 kilo crown. And a chance to meet our referees too. In terms of the men's competition yesterday, Omar Karad of Jordan with a dramatic win in the men's 49 kg final. Last lift got up ahead of Lee Van Kong of Vietnam, who'd hit the front of the final round himself. Karada then with the ultimate final lift in the competition, scoring the win, 175 to Lee's 173. Pamjit Kumar of India was 3rd in that, and it was same top 2 in the total aggregate standings, but bronze going to Adnan Nur Saeed of Saudi Arabia in the total aggregate overall. Great competition as well in the men's 97 kg final. Syed Hamad Soli Poravanji with the overall glory in that. And we see who our top 3 will be in the women's 50 kg final, but in what order. Remember, 2 competitions as well in for this. The best lift, how we've always traditionally crowned a champion, and the total aggregate as well. curious thing about this field, there's only 2 in it who have won major championship medals before. Dang is the reigning Asian Games and Southeast Asia champion. Those competitions deferred, by the way, from this year. And Askarova was the other one, but she's not competing in this now for some reason. So only Dang of Vietnam has actually won a major championship medal before, so we could have, in theory, 6 new major championship medalists today. Let's see. A reminder that Esther Ayema is our world record holder in this, 131 kilos. The Asian record 114 as it stands for this 50 kg final. Hu Dan Dan of China is the Paralympic champion in this weight division, but she's not in this. And those are the Oceanic records, but we have nobody representing Oceania in this particular competition. And our view backstage in the warm-up area are 7 competitors readying themselves for this women's up to 50 kg decider. We'll keep you up to speed throughout and how the total lift standings are going too. That is a relatively new beast and could actually be very open. And as we saw yesterday, in the men's final, 97 kg, it certainly opened the door for Kuznedin Uzmadov in his first major championship to win that bronze medal. So here we go. 7 in the field. Kabira Askarova hasn't made it, the Asian Games bronze medalist from 2010. This is round 1. You'll see our mascot around a lot. He was skipping around here for the opening ceremony on Tuesday. Akiko Nakajima's first to go for Japan. Finished 10th in the last Asia Oceania Championships in 2018. She's had 2 World Championships since then, 13th in Nur Sultan, 17th in Tbilisi at the end of last year. Japanese champion. She's been big on the para canoe stage for quite a few years, and then was encouraged by Hiroshi Miura, her now international para-powerlifting teammate, to compete in this sport. She's turned out to be quite decent at it. And she's starting off with an attempt at 52 kg. Her lifetime best is 63. Asian record in this is held by Hu Dan Dan, set in Dubai at the World Cup there, the FASA World Cup last June. So that's a figure that's worth keeping an eye open for. First attempt at 52 for Akiko Nakajima. Didn't leave herself a huge amount on the clock, but left herself a lot of leeway on the bench. That is 3 white lights. The white out. Three out of 3. Nakajima sets the early standard. Good start for Akiko. Based in Amagasaki, she was in 3 World Championships in para-canoe. And that is a very good solid start for her. Next up for the host nation, Korea, Shin Yoon-ki. And her target 65. Crowd are happy to see her. Well, why not? Lifetime best of 73, going for 65 here. Something to watch out for. Her last World Championship, her last Paralympic Games, didn't register a mark. 7th at the last Asia Oceania Championships a couple of years ago. Well, 4 years ago in Kitakyushu. 5th at the last Asian Games in 2014. That was just up the road, about an hour away in Incheon. No mark in London. Hasn't competed at the Paralympics since. Was 8th in Athens in 2004. Best World Championship result, a pair of 8th spots. But she was injured for 4 years about a decade ago, which definitely interrupted her progress in her career. Still competed at London, but had massive elbow problems at the time and didn't register a mark in London at the Paralympic Games there. It's only left herself about 15 seconds on the clock. Enough time for her to manoeuvre with. 65 to start for Shin Yoon-ki. Still awaiting the result. We might have to go to the flags. We will. So here we go. It is 3 white flags. And Shin Yoon-ki is successful. Good start for her, and for her and Nakajima, if they pan things right, get their 3 lifts in, they will certainly, only with a start of 7 athletes in this competition, they will be in contention, pretty certain, for the total lift category. Especially if those going for the heavier lifts hit a couple of potholes along the way. Next up for Kazakhstan, Anara Akanova. Going for 66 here, and that would be a new lifetime best. Thirteenth in the World Championships in Tbilisi 6 months ago. That was at 41 kilos. This is the 50 kilo weight category. Her coach is Dmitry Tsarenko. So 66 for Akanova, and that's good. 3 out of 3. Gets those 3 white lights in her favour. It was good, calm, precise lift for her. And Anara Akanova goes into the lead for now on 66. And with only 7 in this competition, we are just going to glide through 21 lifts in total. If you weren't with us yesterday, the power lift is still there, and that now does go towards the overall results. Next up for Kazakhstan, Fariza Toljan. Made her championship debut at the Worlds in Belize. Actually, quite a lot did, interestingly, but we had a dearth of international competition for the 2 years prior to that. And we only have the Continental Championships every 4 years, obviously, so... So going for 78 to take the first round here. This would be a new competitive lifetime best. I was originally aiming for 76, but must have been feeling in good form and warm up backstage. So aiming for 78. It's the 4th highest attempt in this first round, so definitely she gets this. She's in contention for the 2 competitions here, and that's precisely how it's panning out. Takes the lead on 78, 3 out of 3, the white out, those 3 white lights, and she's away. Good start for Fariza Toljan. So Kazakhstan 1 and 2 right now. They hosted the 2019 World Championships and previously the 2015 Asian Championships before Oceania got involved. So next up, we're into the top 3 heaviest lifts in the opening round for Thailand. Kamalpan Kraratpet going for 85 in this opening round. Oh, lifetime best is 73, so this is a major addition to that. The Bangkok World Cup winner last year, 15th subsequently in Tbilisi at the World Championships in Georgia. So here she comes, aiming for 85. Her best ever competitive lift by a long way. And she's got it! This is a very good start to the competition. 5 attempts, all good. And no thumbs down from any referee yet. Kraratpet is into the lead. This is looking like a very good competition. Really good. And so far, so faultless. So one more update from yesterday, by the way. You saw Mohamed Khalaf of the United Arab Emirates and Mu'taz Al Junaidi of Jordan. They tied for bronze in the men's 97 kilo final. They lifted 216 in the last round. It was the only successful lift that they'd had. And a la the high jump at the Olympic Games, well, nowadays there's due to be a head-to-head lift off, if you like. But they both decided, like that Olympic high jump, well, can we just not share the bronze? And they did. So Dang of Vietnam, the reigning Asian Games and Southeast Asian Games champion. And she's looking for 96 straight away. Lifetime best is 107, which is good and hefty by the standard so far this morning. And it's only 7 kilos away from the Asian record anyway, held by Hu Dan Dan and broken last year. So 96 for Dang, World Championship silver medalist in 2017 in Mexico City. Paralympic bronze in Rio. That looks good for 96, I have to say. Technique-wise, did she do it? Yes, she has. 3 out of 3, whiteout for her as well. High standards being shown today. That's really decent by Dang Thi Lin Puong, the 4-time Southeast Asian Games champion. Most recently, 2017. It hasn't been held since then. It was always an end-of-year event around November, December after the able-bodied Southeast Asian Games. But it had been pushed out to early 2020, and, well, you can guess the rest from there. Hasn't been held since. The Asian Para Games, as we alluded to yesterday, they have been deferred, by the way, to next year, as a lot of you in this part of the world will already know. Hangzhou in China, staging both that and the able-bodied Asian Games. But the 2022 event now happening next year. Well, so far so good. 6 lifts, all good. Time now for Wei Yi of China, going for 100. This would match her lifetime best. We haven't seen her in a continental competition before. She finished 5th in a major championship debut at the Worlds in Tbilisi at the end of last year. Liu Daipeng is her coach, based with the Sichuan Province Club. So 100 for the lead for Wei Yi. Got that raised well and cleanly. How good was that? 7 lifts, all good, and all whiteouts. 3 white lights for each and every one. That was super. Good stuff. She is number 1. Leads by 4 kilos from Dang Thi Lin Puong. How impressive the standard so far. Good clean technique. Definitely you speak to a lot of lifters who also compete in the able-bodied circuit, and the officiating in powerlifting is a lot strict, a lot more stringent than in quite a lot of the able-bodied powerlifting circuits. Got to be precise, got to have magnificent technique, and we've had that. All 7 perfect in that opening round. Wei Yi leads for China. Dang second for Vietnam. Kratapet third for Thailand. And the same situation, obviously, in the total lift division as well. So into round 2 and return for Akiko Nakajima of Japan. She will stay in 7th spot if she gets this, but all the same, she will lead the total lift category, obviously, if she gets this, having had one more lift than everybody else. Whole series of bronzes early on in her career and a whole lot of no marks early on, but since 2018 she's been winning competitions nationally. She's been national champion quite a number of times. Fourth in the Manchester World Cup last year, 8th in Dubai. And Dubai is where we're all due to head next year for the next World Championships. So 56 kilos for Akiko Nakajima. Bit more strain there, bit more of a struggle visibly. But clean, 2-1 in her favour. That's the first referee to waver against. And that was on the press sequence, but she got it. And she is in the lead in terms of the total category at 108. Stays 7th in the traditional best lift. That's very firm. Lifted 56, did really well. 63 is her lifetime best. You see the elbows on the way up. A lot more effort needed compared to the 52, but did really well. Got that raised. Stays 7th. But as you'll see on the caption on the right, or at least you would have for a few seconds, that the lead is currently hers in the total lift. Shin Young-ki of Korea got 65 in the opening round, aiming for 68 here. 5 off her lifetime best. Husband Cho Sunam competing for Korea in Athens at the Paralympic Games in the powerlifting. There's at least 2 of this field who will be winning their first major championship medal here. And at this stage it's difficult to see Dang being knocked out of the medals in terms of the best lift, so you could say it's a maximum of 5 across the 2 competitions, the best lift and the total lift, who will be winning medals for the first time. Shin Young-ki looking to maintain her presence. Will go to the flags at 68 kilos. The flags are ready. Here we go. Let's have a look. It's 2-1 in her favour. Shin gets it at 68. That puts her fifth in terms of the best lift. 133 in total. Obviously the total lift competition rewarding those who get all their lifts in. Consistency, a big reward. Anara Akanova of Kazakhstan up now, going for 69. She too made a major championship debut in Tbilisi. Started reasonably young age on the national circuit in Kazakhstan at the age of 19, but now we're seeing her outside. This would put her back into 5th spot. The great standard continues. 3 out of 3. We haven't seen a miss yet. 10 lifts, they have all been good so far, and that tremendous Manara Akanova for Kazakhstan. Absolutely faultless today. We'll see if that can continue for Fariza Toljan of Kazakhstan, who is aiming for 85 here. So this would put her into the joint bronze medal position alongside Kamalpan Kraratpet. And a reminder, the head-to-head in terms of body weight, that has now gone from this competition onwards. If you finish level with somebody in terms of the best lift, then it will be a head-to-head lift off. You come out and you have a 4th lift, unless, of course, you decide, this happened yesterday, let's just share the medal. I think if you've got a few who are tied in the bronze, then probably they'll elect to do that. If you're gunning for gold, do you elect to share the gold? We had that at the Olympics. That was a unique situation, really, between Tamberi and Mutaz Bashim. Fariza Toljan of Kazakhstan going for 85. It's 2-1 in her favour. The press against her from our side referee, but she's there, she's got it, she's up into joint 3rd spot. She leads in terms of the total lift at 163. Fariza Toljan's going very well here for Kazakhstan. That another lifetime best. Down and up. There you go. In terms of the body weight, actually, on the head-to-head, Toljan would be leaving that under the old rules, only by 100 grams. Kamalpan, Kratpet back for Thailand. Now you've got a bigger crowd in now. For Thailand, the Bangkok World Cup winner last year. So 85 in the opening round, this for 88. $15 kilos ahead of her previous lifetime best going into this morning. It's 11 a.m. starts all this week, Korean time. That's at 2 a.m. GMT. Here we go, 88 for Kamalpat. Ooh, I wonder about that. Yeah, that went wrong. That went badly wrong in the press. Was really losing control, and that was sliding downwards. The spotters weighed it in well at the end. Wasn't able to maintain that. Misses that. That is the first miss of the competition. That was the 12th attempt. That's the first miss. She stays in bronze medal position. Let's just look at the uplift here. She wasn't that far away from extending her hands up, but it was slightly downwards on the right-hand side from that angle. Left hand, yeah, real strain there. Couldn't quite lock her arms out. She wasn't a million miles away from doing that, but she just didn't have control as she was trying to lock it out, and that was beginning to wobble around a bit, and spotters had to get involved there. Where that does cost her is in the total lift category. 2 to go. This for the lead for Dang Thi Linh Puong of Vietnam. Going for 102, which is still 5 off her lifetime best for the 4-time Southeast Asian Games champion. Silvers in the last 2 Asia Oceania Championships. Gold in the Asian Games 4 years ago in Jakarta. Silver in Incheon in 2014. Bronze in Rio at the Rio Centro. World Championship silver in Mexico City, which was a nice result in the 1968 Olympic Games complex. $102 to go into the gold medal position. Got that raised well, but the press against her didn't look straight in the way up, frankly. Didn't look pressed equal. So now we are seeing some misses. It was 2 and against. She misses out going into the lead in terms of the best lift, and the total lift she's fallen back quite a bit. Again, left hand side, just that bit lower. Not quite pressed equally. Not very far off that though. Well, it means that Dang is now 6th in terms of the total competition. This is where it's changed around tremendously. Wei Yi comes next. 105 to open up a very big lead of 9 over Dang if she can. 105 would be a new lifetime best. She equalled her mark in round 1. She's never competed at an Asian Championships before. The Asian Para Games now bumped to next year on home soil in Hangzhou. So here she comes, 105 for her heaviest competitive lift ever. Look nice, look good, and it is good. Good lift. 3 out of 3, that's a really big lead now of 9 kilos. That may well be good enough for all the golds. There's 4 being competed for here. That's 105 for her. She's got that. And in terms of the total lift, she's on 205. And that's an even more immense lead there. I think she leads by about 50 in that, as Dang and Krarat Pet both missed their second round attempts. But Wei Yi, way to go, well in control. Solid lead for her in both. Wei Yi leads 105, Dang on 96, Toljan and Krarat Pet tied in third at 85, and just look at the totals. Wei Yi leading on 205. Toljan was second in that, and Akinova of Kazakhstan in third. Nakajima going for 58 here. Successful so far, 52 and 56. And because quite a few others have been missing their lifts at the heavier weights, that gives her a boost, gives her a push up the standings in terms of the total lift competition. She loves to wind down the clock. 2 minutes on the bench means 2 minutes on the bench for her. Well, she's got that raised. Took a bit of time in the way up, but it's good. It's very good. That's all 3 lifts. That's going to be a high finish for her. I think she'll be 5th at worst in terms of the total lift competition. And she will finish 7th in the traditional best lift, but nice set of marks. And that's the whole point, really, of the new total lift competition. You get all your lifts in, you show your consistency, you will do well, and she has done well. And if there are a few further misses in the total lift, then there is a chance of a medal, an outside chance. She's been helped by the size of the field, definitely. She's been helped a huge amount by Askarova not starting at all. Nakajima is currently in the silver medal position in this final round in terms of the total lift. You can just see in the side where everybody is. For Korea, for South Korea, Shin Yun Ki Well, she's cleared 65 and 68. This for 71. And this would give her a total lift of 204. She'd go second by a single kilo behind Wei Yi. Everybody from here on in, if they're successful, will be in the medals one way or another, however briefly. Shin Yun-ki looking to leap up into 5th in terms of the best lift. So 71 for Shin Yun-ki. She's never won a major championship medal before, but she could get something out of this. It's just going to have to reset herself, I think. Doesn't seem to be strapped in right. She'll be allowed extra time. Yeah, it's the bar's not quite right. That may not have been set the way it ought to have been. We can start again. She'll be given another full 2 minutes. Doesn't have to panic about the clock. So she can just reset herself and begin again, essentially. '50 in the Asian Games in 2014, her previous best. That was an Incheon. Somewhat of an awkward situation which developed for her. But she's got to work through it, get this lift of 71. Close to a lifetime best of 73. She's down to 10 seconds now. Gonna have to go for it now. Well, she got it raised. Clock was winding down. Will they give it to her? Oh, it's 2-1 against. That was the down sequence for one. And the purple for the other side referee. Our centre referee gave that. She was running out of time. I'll just re-emphasise, despite what you're seeing here, is Shin Yun-ki. She didn't get that. Misses out at 71. Means she will finish 6th in terms of the best lift. Didn't feel as if she was rushing right at the end, even though the clock was just about up. Shin put the appeal in, not Akanova, because we haven't seen her for a final attempt yet. So next to go, Anara Akanova of Kazakhstan, looking to lift 72. If she gets this, she goes into the gold medal position in terms of the total lift, but she will stay 5th in our traditional best lift competition, where we've always crowned our champions. There's a peculiar situation that arose with Shin's attempt there over the past 5-6 minutes, and nothing to do with her, not her fault. There was a little technical issue that had to be set with. So look at the total mark, 135 there, going for 72 here. That in terms of the total would put her on a 207, which would be 2 ahead of Wei Yi, who still has 1 lift to come. Now she's got 35 seconds left in the clock. There's been another issue with the bar, so she will be given the full 2 minutes again. This will be 72. So here she comes, Anara Akanova. Well, she's come up 2 weight divisions since Tbilisi and the World Championships at the end of last year. So this will keep her 5th one way or another. She finishes 5th in the best lift. Shin finishes 6th, Nakajima 7th. But this would be the lead in terms of the total lift. And everybody from here on in would have a chance of hitting the front. Nice crowd, good crowd in today in this first ever event competition to be held at the Anjung Gymnasium. Now how straight was that in the way up? No, it's 2 and against in terms of the press. She does not get that either. So she misses out on a chance of taking the lead in the total lift. Nakajima's still up there. Nakajima's in the top 3, I think. She's 7th in terms of the best lift, but she showed consistency. We had 2 misses in the second round from Dang and Kwerepet, and now 2 misses from Akanova and Shin. Yeah, Nakajima's still in 2nd in terms of the total lift. Toljan is 3rd, who's about to go now. We've got 4 left to go. And you'll see both Toljan and Kwerepet are going for 88. And if they both get it, or if they both miss it as well, then we're looking at either a head-to-head lift off between the two, or they could just in the back room say, well, look, we'll both take the bronze, shall we? Toljan coming in at 88. And again, if she gets this, she would hit the front in the total lift, actually by a considerable amount. New set of medals introduced for the highest cumulative weight across the competition. Toljan strained a lot to get 85 in the last round. This for another new lifetime best of 88. She's in the bronze medal position. And that did not move. So she misses out altogether on increasing a mark. She's still in with a share for now, the bronze. Does she keep that? 163 total lift. Just too much, couldn't get that raised. So, that opens the door a lot. She is third still, Toljan, in terms of the overall total lift. Pyeongtaek now, she's in third. This to win the bronze outright. Going again for 88, having missed it in the previous round. Well, what a position of comfort to be in, that whether she gets this or not, it's a bronze medal. If she doesn't get it, it's a share of bronze. If she does get it, it is definitely bronze outright. She misses this. There is still a circumstance where she doesn't get the bronze medal if they decide to have another attempt. Oh, that's awkward. And the spotters had to wade in. Pyeongtaek missed out 88 last time, and it's the same circumstance here. Just couldn't get that raised at all. So, she's in joint third alongside Farisa Toljan. And there'll be a discussion backstage as to whether they will have a lifting head-to-head between Kamalpan Pyeongtaek and Farisa Toljan. They both cleared 85. And they're both in a position where if they share the bronze medal, they both win a major championship medal for the first time. That's where it dropped. And the spotters had to get stuck in. Toljan is third in the total lift as well. Nakajima second in that. She's the only one to get all three lifts to date. And actually, I don't think Nakajima... No, she can't be knocked out of the medals. Nakajima will get a total lift medal because she has lifted all three. And she's the only one to do that. And that is the point of having this new total lift category. Dang, meanwhile, is going for gold. Going for 106. Just 1 kilo off her lifetime best. It would get her above Wei Yi. Dang, the Asian Games champion, looking to be the Asia Oceania champion for the first time after 2 silvers in her previous continental championships. Big moment for Dang. Can she do it? She got it raised. So, was that consistent all the way through? Going for 106, a massive moment. She's just missed out 2-1. And this is the press sequence on both those two. That cost her. And Dang is denied. It is, again, silver in the Asian Championships for Dang. They're stepping past the jury, so there's no appeal coming on that. Just look at the tidiness on the way up, on the press. Everything's fine up to this point. And then the control is just lost a little bit. Needed to be equally timed on the way through, and that's actually probably the best angle to suggest why from 2 angles it wasn't given. So Dang's first lift of 96 wins her the silver. We have a new champion. It's Wei Yi. Takes gold thanks to a lift of 105 in the previous round. This for 110. It's only 4 off the Asian record of a colleague and compatriot Hu Dan Dan. In fact, all of the women's Asian records are held by Chinese athletes. Wei Yi takes her first major championship medal, and it is gold. And she's won in both categories. The best lift, where our traditional champion has always been crowned, and the total lift as well. Here she comes, 110. It would be another new lifetime best if she can get it. And she's got it, a good lift, 2-1 in her favour. Voted down just actually for the down sequence. Never mind that, she got it. And both she and Nakajima, the only 2 who have been successful with all 3 attempts, and they're the top 2 in the overall total cumulative aggregate competition. The new one, she gets all the golds. Remember, it's the Continental Championship and the Open Championship as well. She'll pick up 4 gold medals here. It's well earned. She is the champion for the first time. So you look at those marks there. Wei Yi wins, Dang in second place. Toljan and Kraratpet at the moment look as if they will have their head-to-head. The battle for the bronze. There was an agreement behind the scenes yesterday in the men's competition where they said we'll share it. If I was Toljan and Kraratpet, I'd do the same thing personally. Now look at the totals on the right. Wei Yi wins it, and Nakajima takes the silver for Japan by virtue of having each and every lift successful. Toljan wins the bronze in the total lift. And I think Toljan and Kraratpet have agreed to share the bronze medal. That's the end of the competition. They will share the bronze. The referees are stepping away, and it will be a bronze for both. Their first major championship medals. Had it been under the old rules, where it was the head-to-head on body weight, then the bronze would have gone to Toljan. Her body weight was 100 grams lighter at weigh-in. It's a shared bronze for Toljan and Kwerapet, and the 1, 2, 3 in the total. First Wei Yi, second Nakajima, and third Toljan. We're going to have a power lift. We're not going to have a head-to-head, but we're going to have an attempt and a new record. Wei Yi is going for 115, an attempt at a new Asian record. Well, she's already set 3 new lifetime bests today, so why not go for a 4th? The current record held by Hu Dan Dan, the Paralympic champion, and that was 114, which was set not in Tokyo, but in Dubai at the World Cup last June. So here she comes, 115 for Wei Yi, going for a new Asian record. She feels up for it. Maybe she's had a stab at something around this mark in the warm-up area. She's won all the golds available today. She's had tremendous consistency all day. 100, 105, 110. Came into the competition with a lifetime best of 100. Might be leaving with an Asian record. Going for 115. That is not going to work. Well, you can't fault ambition. You can't fault confidence. She's had that. Doesn't get it. Misses out in the power lift. But still, all the same, she is the new Asia Oceania champion. Wei Yi takes gold for China, who have taken all 3 women's titles today. That's in terms of our traditional best lift and the new total aggregate lift. Just wasn't going to raise up. Victory ceremonies are on the way. For our traditional main competition and the new total lift, that's on the way. Wei Yi takes the gold for China. 110 her best lift of the day. Dang the silver for Vietnam. And a share of bronze for Isa Toljan of Kazakhstan and Kamalpan Kraratpet of Thailand. And for the top four there, outside of Dang, they all win their first major championship medals. Now, in terms of the total competition, gold in that to Wei Yi, 315. Silver by 3 kilos going to Akiko Nakajima of Japan, right down at the bottom of the best lift standing. She was 7th in that, but she got all 3 of her lifts. 166 silver in the total lift, and Toljan will pick up another bronze, finishing 3rd in the total aggregate, the cumulative crown. And that's the reason why it's there. Wei Yi, Toljan, Kraratpet and Nakajima all win major championship medals for the first time. Akinova had finished 4th in terms of the total standings, so if only she'd got her final mark of 72, she'd have still finished 5th in the traditional competition, but she'd have actually barged away into 3rd spot. Actually 2nd spot, I think. Yeah, 2nd spot. She'd have won silver in the total lift. It would have been bronze for Nakajima. She came that close to a major championship medal herself for the first time. Almost made it, Anara Akanova. So here comes the victory ceremony for the women's 50 kg decider, and this is for the traditional category that we always had. Hey, it's good to have a bit of help. Wei Yi been given a push-up by two strong women, Toljan and Pyeongtaek. Wei Yi is a strength of her own. So a tie for bronze. Athletes can elect not to go ahead with the head-to-head and share the medal. And in the case of Farisa Toljan of Kazakhstan and Kamalpan Karatpan of Thailand, neither had won a major championship medal before today. Do you think either would have wanted to risk losing the bronze? Of course not. The old rule would have seen Karatpan miss out in terms of the body weight. But to be honest, with that head-to-head discipline taken away, I think we're going to have a lot of shared medals from now on, because athletes are simply not going to want to have a lift off. Another head-to-head lift. Toljan gets the bronze. Karatpan gets the bronze. And remember as well that there is an open competition too. They get the Asia Oceania bronze medals and the Open Championship bronze medals too. And Toljan will be back for more shortly. And they get a mascot too. I wonder where you get them. It is silver for Dang Thi Linh Puong of Vietnam, who went for 106 with a final attempt and came very close to it. It was 2 and against, just didn't quite have enough control when pressing. Wasn't quite equal as she gets her silver medals. It's going to be doubled up pretty much all the way through in almost every event. I think it's 18 of the 20 have got athletes from Asia and Oceania only. Dang gets the silver, and even if she got 106, well, Wei Yi cleared 110 with her final attempt, so it would have been gold anyway for Wei Yi, but at least there would have been a bit of pressure put on it. Wei Yi went for a new Asian record of 115, didn't get that, but she gets her first major championship medal, and it is a gold. And it's a pair of golds that she's receiving for the Continental Crown and the Open Championship as well. Medals being presented by Lee Gae-suk and Kong Myung-gu of the Competition Promotion Committee. Wei Yi takes the title in the women's 50 kg at these Asia Oceania Championships. She is Asian champion for the first time. Dang the silver, and for Toljan and Pyeongtaek, they share the bronze, their first major championship medals. Wei Yi as well. And for Dang, it's a third consecutive silver at these Asia Oceania Championships. The Asian Games champion in Jakarta, just missing out on gold here. The total lift ceremony will follow. We have the total ceremony to follow. So this is for the total lift, and we have another first time major championship medalist here. So, as was the case in our traditional main competition, the bronze to Fariza Toljan of Kazakhstan, she lifted a total of 163. Just missed out in the last attempt. A similar story to Shin of Korea, to Akanova of Kazakhstan. And had they both been successful, then they would have found a way past Toljan. But hey, she now has 4 bronze medals to her name, and she'd not won a single medal prior to today in a major championship, and you can't say better than this. And how about this for Akiko Nakajima? This is the point of the new total lift competition. You get all your lifts and you can get on the podium, and Nakajima's done it. Her first major championship medal, and it is silver. And of course she gets 2 medals, one for the Asia Oceania Championship, one for the Open Championship. Gets her mascot too, and Akiko Nakajima wins silver, her first major championship medal. And Wei Yi, lifting a total of 315, picks up the gold for the total competition. Great moment for Wei Yi, the new Asia Oceania champion, and basically the three here on stage prior to today had not won a major championship medal internationally, and now they have. Wei Yi takes the gold in the total competition, Nakajima the silver, and Toljan the bronze. What a great honour for all three. Good work, that. And in 20 minutes' time, we've got the men's 54 kg final. Don't go away.